Start. Several economic indicators released over the past week are bad news for the Finance Ministry and Reserve Bank of India's hopes of a growth rebound in the second half of 2024-25, at least for the October-December quarter. While GDP growth slipping to 5.4% in the second quarter was termed a transient blip. Policy markers have acknowledged slowing consumption demand led by restrained spending trends in urban India. They have also executed optimism about a festive boost from cities along with a resilient rural demand outlook, lifting the momentum stop. The latest data points are also important as they are part of the final gauges for the finance minister to assess before it finalizes its economic blueprint for 2025-26 in the February 1 union budget. Full stop. Bank credit growth has slowed for the fifth straight month in November, while core infrastructure sectors, about 40% of industrial output, expanded at a 4-month high pace of 4.3%. Full stop. However, production levels were 3.3% below October, with 6 of 8 sectors operating at lower capacities. Full stop. The Purchasing Managers Index shows factory activity levels through November and December were the worst through 2024, even as input cost inflation spurred price hikes that would hit demand somewhat over time. Full stop. Change. The Goods and Services Tax (GST) receipts for December, based on transactions concluded in November, do not have much secure to offer either, especially on the consumption engine of the economy. Full stop. Gross revenues were at a 3-month low of almost rupees 1.77 lakh crore and just 7.3% higher than last year, marking the joint second slowest uptick in 3.5 years. December's revenues, in fact, mark the fourth straight month of below 10% growth, with the pace decreasing every passing month, and the year to date rise in revenues in now just 8.6%, making the 11% growth estimate in the budget a tall task to catch up with in the final quarter. Stop. Net revenues after refunds were just 3.3%, the slowest this fiscal, although this may partly be explained by high refund payouts in December. Revenue growth from domestic transactions slowed to 8.4%, while import revenues grew just 3.9%. The former may perhaps be linked to tighter retail credit flows and a post-Deepavali spending pullback, but the latter is a tad puzzling as November's goods import bill had shot up 27% to a record high of $70 billion. Stop. The poor revenues growth rates for major consumer states such as Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat, and the persistent contract contraction in Andhra Pradesh and a few northeastern states also need closer scrutiny. Stop. For the budget formulation, the center would do well to try to understand and address the pain points affecting consumption, including high inflation. Full stop.